to you by Southwest Airlines. Low fares, no hidden fees. That's transparency. And by Jack in the Box. Try the new Cholula Buttery Jack, part of the Buttery Jack family. Only at Jack in the Box.
Back here in Denver at Coors Field as we get ready for Giants and Rockies baseball. Our game time weather is presented by the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. Get to the beach. The admission-free boardwalk is open daily. 74 degrees. You see the winds and humidity, and it is going to be a nice night with hardly a threat of rain in the area. Waiting for the Rockies to take the field. Let's take a look at the starting lineup for the San Francisco Giants, and it's brought to you by Southwest Airlines. It'll be Gorky Hernandez in the leadoff spot. Buster Posey and Andrew McCutchen are going to flip-flop from the lineup last night. It'll be McCutchen third and then Longoria in the cleanup spot. Belt, Williamson, and Crawford. Hitting eighth will be Tomlinson and the Shark. Jeff Samardzija will hit in the ninth spot.
On the hill tonight for the Colorado Rockies will be the left-hander, 25-year-old left-hander, Kyle Freeland. This is what he has done at 10 starts, 4 and 5 with a 3.28 ERA. Freeland has done well against the Giants. In 5 career starts, he's 3 and 2 with a 2.79 ERA. How's he get you out? Well, you're going to see a fastball, and it's not going to really impress you with velocity, but he's got nice command with it. He's got 2 types of movement, and you'll see a lot of corner location from the 3/4 release. And he's also got a curveball slider, kind of a cuttery type slider, and then a changeup. But he's a finesse guy. He's a guy that he's just trying to take the sting out of your at bat. So you have to be patient. You have to take what he gives you. Let's take a look at the defense playing behind Kyle Freeland tonight for the Rockies, starting in their outfield from left to right. It's going to be Parra, Blackman, and Gonzalez, all good assist arms, but the 2 power arms are on the corners with Parra and Gonzalez. Story, Arenado, they're on the left side of the infield. McMahon and Desmond, they're on the right side. Chris Iannetta, he'll be in the squad, putting down the signs. So Rockies defense that ranks second in the National League. Only Arizona has committed fewer errors.
Game 2 just about ready to get underway. Is Gorky Hernandez stands in. The Rockies won the game last night. It was a game that was delayed 55 minutes due to rain, and then these 2 teams win extra innings. Here's the first pitch of the ball game from Freeland to Hernandez, and it's called high. So we get started at 6:41. Hernandez shoots one foul.
Well, how far would you go for a Togo? Brought to you by Togo's Pretzel Rami. Last night, Gorky Hernandez hit a home run off Chad Bettis. Lead off the top of the 3rd inning. The exit velocity, 98 degrees, or 98 miles per hour, 40 degrees launch angle, and he hit 382 feet. That's how far I would go.
2 for 4 in the game last night, and he bunts it foul. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. The shadow situation is the hitting background is fine. It's from the pitcher's mound to center field that's in the sunlight. So the standing, what looks like he's in the sunlight, is Kyle Freeland. Outside, 1 and 2. See, the first 4 seasons for Gorky Hernandez had a total of 5 home runs. Now he's got 6 and 112 at bats. Outside, it's 2 and 2. So I guess that means that we should be ready for a home run call here.
Well, if you've got 6 and 112 at bats, I mean, you're on par to hit about 30 home runs of the year. So yeah, we should be ready for that.
Swinging a draw, a foul into the dugout. It stays at 2 and 2.
Yeah.
Make it 3 and 2.
I don't think you could hit a home run with that swing.
Hernandez is 6 for 12 lifetime against Freeland, and he's got a home run.
Freeland sneaky. Got a low 3/4 Lanky delivery from the 6'4" frame.
And another foul.
What we saw Freeland do it to the Giants in San Francisco, he's kind of put him to sleep with all his off-speed stuff, and then he'd zip you with 91, 94 with velocity, and it really offset the timing of the Giants. They didn't really have a lot of great at-bats. One of the guys who did is hitting right now.
Sharply on the ground, but one big hop to McMahon. 1 out. All he can do is trying to hit the ball hard, and that's what Hernandez did. Here's Buster Posey. Buster had a hit in his first at bat last night, and that's all he had. He was 1 for 4. And tight. 2 for 9 lifetime. Buster Posey against Kyle Freeland. One ball and 1 strike.
Let's take a look at the pitch cast. It's brought to you by SoFi, a modern finance company. Back door with that little cutter. Not
Close.
this time. Good strike zone tonight for pitchers. I mean, Jeff Kellogg has got a pretty big zone. He's got corners on both sides of the plate. Naturally a low ball guy, but he is an umpire that definitely looks for strikes.
Two and 2. McCutchen to follow. Freeland beat the Giants on the 18th. That goes flying as Buster Posey strikes out. 2 down. And that'll bring up McCutchen. I'll tell you what, one thing these Nets have done is it saved organizations from having to buy more bats.
I think they're great. I mean, a lot of people didn't like them at first, but when you see this, it's no longer scary. I mean, maybe hit somebody in the dugout, but the fans are not going to have to dodge bats flying up in the stands.
And McCutchen takes low. 237 for McCutchen. 3 home runs, 20 runs batted in. McCutchen, his average is not where he wants it to be, but I will say this, he has taken his share of walks this year. And shoots this one into center field for a base hit. So 2-out single, and here's Longoria. Giants on Sunday scored 3 runs in the first. In the game yesterday, they scored 2 runs in the first. They'll try to keep that up, and then they'll try to see if the Shark can shut down the Rockies in the bottom of the inning. Longoria 1 for 3 lifetime against Freeland. And there's a called strike. He went 3 for 5 in the game yesterday. Had 2 doubles.
He really covered the middle end part of the strike zone well last night.
Tapped out in front of home plate. And Freeland's got it, and that'll end the inning. Samardzija coming out, 0-0. Lineup brought to you by Southwest Airlines. It'll be Blackman, Parra, and then Arenado. Gonzalez will hit fourth, and Trevor Story hit a home run in the first inning yesterday. Then it's Desmond, Ryan McMahon, the rook. He'll hit seventh, Iannetta eighth, and Freeland will hit ninth.
Jeff Samardzija on the hill tonight for the Giants, and for Samardzija making start number 8, you see the numbers 1 and 3 with a 6.23 ERA. And what has really been missing from the Shark of 2018 compared to 2017 is simply fastball command. And you look at the walk total, almost 1-to-1 strikeout to walk. Last year he had 203 strikeouts against 35 walks, and this is what he does. He'll give you a fastball and he'll warm up with his velocity slow. Start out low 90s, but he'll wind up mid to high 90s on the fastball velocity, 2 and 4 seam. Slider, curveball, changeup, and split.
Blackman takes down low, hitting 275. 12 home runs and 25 runs batted in. And 1 hit in 5 at bats yesterday. Smokes this one. That's going to go into that area. Well, actually went over the extra press box area.
That's an impressive strike right there.
Yeah, you think that guy thought he was going to get a ball?
No. No, in the history of this franchise, I don't think anybody's ever got a ball up there.
In the dirt. 2 balls and a strike. Nine for 33. Those are the numbers. Blackman against Samardzija. And a shot down the right field line. And for Blackman, it'll be a double to open up the inning.
Let's take a look at the Giants defensively, starting in their outfield from left to right. It'll be Williamson, Hernandez, and McCutcheon's best arm in left field. But pretty good arms across the board for the Giants in the outfield. Crawford, Longoria, they'll be on the left side of the infield. Tomlinson, Feld on the right side. And Buster Posey, he'll be in the squad, putting down the signs.
So here's Parra. Parra did not start the game yesterday. He did come in as a pinch hitter and went 0 for 1. The first 4 hitters in this lineup have some pretty good lifetime numbers against Samardzija. There's a line drive into center field, a base hit. Hernandez gets to it. And a nice strong throw home. First and third, nobody out.
It has been really one of the problems for Samardzija is getting his velocity early in the game, getting the quickness on his breaking balls early in the game. Always it seems that the best stuff you see him have are the last 25-30 pitches that he'll throw in a given night. And there is some vulnerability when you are not coming out with your good fastball or you don't have that quickness with your breaking ball. And right now the Rockies are taking advantage of it. See, the league is hitting 310 off him in the first inning. Rest of the game 238.
Here's Arenado. Pitches down low. Arenado at 318, 10 home runs, 29 runs batted in.
You know, you see numbers like that. It's something that Kurt Young, I mean, he and Jeff Samardzija, they're aware of this. I mean, they're trying to get that velocity established early, the good rhythm, the good mechanics early. He'll go out there and he'll warm up differently, and he'll sit down and in essence pitch an inning out there in the bullpen before he actually gets into a game. Where he's not just trying to get loose, he's trying to muscle up and throw his pitches, get into a good rhythm to where he can command his pitches. He knows it's been a problem. He's been trying to correct it.
And the 1-1 is hit high and deep to left. If it's fair, it's gone, and it is foul. Not by much.
Yeah, the old left-handers here. some impressive strikes tonight.
About to say, in that top of the first inning, maybe the shadows were an issue. I don't think so.
No.
It becomes a very long strike. Foul out of play to the right. At third is Blackman. Parr is at first. Samardzija gets the sign from Posey. Who's going to put the target in. See if they can get it in. Instead, it'll be a throw to first. Carlos Gonzalez is on deck. This will be pitch number 10 in the inning for Samardzija. Down the right field line, slicing, foul.
Giants back to their regular uniforms. They had the Memorial Weekend jerseys on the last 4 games. All of baseball settles back into their everyday unis.
Low, 2-2.
And Major League Baseball now, instead of having just a uniform hat to wear on Mother's Day, I mean the whole weekend. They'll wear pink, and for Father's Day they'll wear light blue, or for Memorial Day and Labor Day they'll use camouflage. Then there's July 4th where it's red, white, blue, and then the Players' Day in August. So I like the themes. And they wear them more than one day too, which is cool.
Runner goes, swinging a bouncing ball to Crawford. Crawford thought about going home. He's going to go to first, and the Rockies lead 1-0.
Now that's an experienced play right there from a veteran shortstop. I mean, it would have been a play that had been perfect. It was not going to be a forced play if he opted to go home. And here he is trying to minimize the damage. He needed to make sure he absolutely gets an out. Because if you opt to go home and you don't get that out, now you have a chance to have a disaster. Here he gets the out. Concede the run. Minimize the damage.
Here's Gonzalez with Parra at second base. Gonzalez takes a bell tie strike. Gonzalez 8 for 35. He's got a couple of doubles and a home run against Samardzija. Gonzalez yesterday had a couple of hits and 4 at bats. Pulls it foul. Didn't sound that great. It's 0-2. The game last night, there was 23 hits in the game.
I expect that coming here. I do. If you ask me what's the over-under going to be with combining both teams with their hits, I'd say 20. Every day. Welcome to Coors Field.
Samardzija to Gonzalez, and it's high.
But I look, 20, I think that's improved from what it used to be when the Giants first started coming to Colorado.
Yeah, well, 20 for one team.
Yeah, literally.
Foul back, a healthy rip. The fastball, you can see, is been consistent at 91. Mike was talking about. Samardzija, historically this year, he will build on that throughout the course of the game. But boy, when you're in a jam, you'd like to have a little extra.
Yeah, you'd like to have your reach back velocity. And for him, that could go 94 to 97 when he's stretched out.
There's a check swing foul, so we got that one at 92. Don't want to get too much head over heels over velocity, but it does become an issue if a guy has had it and then he doesn't.
Well, I think some of it has to do with his mechanics. I do and I say that because of what his strikeout walk ratio is. Right now it's about 1 to 1.
Down low.
Last year.
What you think about this? So he knows his velocity is down, so he tries a little harder to get velocity, and then you lose a lot of your location.
So it absolutely is what happens. You try to muscle up, you fly the front shoulder, you drag your arm, you develop push in your delivery. It's just all the bad things. And not only do you lose velocity, but you lose movement and command.
He got him at 93. Here's Story.
He set up in the inside corner. This just kind of goes out over the plate, but at 93 and a little tail movement that runs away from the lefty, he gets what he was looking for, and that's a strikeout. So I think when they correct his mechanics, I think you're going to see the velocity come up. Mechanical problems, especially for tall guys, they can prolong.
Story's hitting 240. And it's a high drive to right. McCutcheon back. He's looking up. It's off the wall. Coming in to score is Parra. And now heading over to third is going to be Story, as he's got a triple. There's a Coors Field triple. It's 2-0.
And one thing Story's really dangerous is with the first pitch. I mean, he looks fastball, he looks up, and if he gets it, I mean, he can do damage. And there's an idea of how he can use this ballpark to that advantage. Let the ball get deep. It looks like he hits it off his right hip. Have a little backspin at Coors Field. Here's the result. And here's where he catches a break. And Story's got enough speed to take advantage of that.
Desmond takes one in the dirt. 1 ball and no strikes. Remember, Story hit I think a 3-run opposite field home run last year off of Samardzija in this park. Ball is high. 2 balls and no strikes. Tomlinson. Nice play, side retired. 2 on the board. Giants trail 2-0.
America's Diner.
Here it's 2-0 Colorado. As here's Brandon Belt to lead things off. Belt takes a call strike. Belt had a hit in 5 at bats last night. This is an offense that can outscore the Rockies. They're going to get it going. Overshift is on for Belt, and he takes outside.
I think if a defense set itself up any other way than this, it would be just odd in the eyes of Brandon Belt. It's pretty much what he sees.
Every time. He hits one off the end of the bat. Racing in is Parra. It's going to fall. So Parra's going to throw all the way across the diamond. And Belt is aboard.
Hey, we're honoring the famous Giants father-son duo, and we're doing it with a bobblehead. Check out Father's Day pack. It's a perfect gift. 2 tickets, 2 games, plus a Barry and Bobby Bonds bobblehead. Go to sfgiants.com/dads for tickets. That is the theme in June. The Giants will wear the Father's Day themed jerseys for a weekend. Father and son.
Here's Mac Williamson. And he takes a pitch outside. Mac Williamson yesterday went 0 for 4. And he takes in tight.
Well, and he's going out of strike zone, which when we saw him first come up in Anaheim, I mean, he was really selective. He had his eye honed. And he was not going out of the strike zone at anything. And boy, did that make him a lethal weapon. So all the time off he had to spend on concussion protocol, he kind of lost the eye for the strike zone.
There's a call strike. Well, the one thing he doesn't have to worry about is to come to the park and look to see if he's in the lineup. 2-2.
That's Kurt Young talking it over with Jeff Samardzija, Dave Gresher, and Giants head trainer.
I don't know if that's a good sign, Mike.
That's not a good sign. There's nobody throwing in the Giants bullpen right now.
Tapped to second. And that'll be a double play. Stream the Giants on the go. Great news, Giants fans. This season, once again, you can stream every NBC Sports Bay Area broadcast on your desktop or mobile device. Giants games streamed on the go on the NBC Sports app. So here's Crawford. Crawford hitting at .311 with 6 home runs, 23 driven in, and there's your phone call.
Probably going to be Derrick Rodriguez.
Swing and a miss.
Kathy said that Dave Gresher is the head trainer. He's the senior director of athletic training. The head trainer now is Anthony Reyes.
Line to Parra, and that's going to end the inning. So the double play makes it a nice inning for Freeland. It's 2-0.
Brought to you by Redwood Credit Union. Redwood Credit Union offers full-service banking for all that you love. Federally insured by NCUA.
It's a 2-0 lead for the Rockies. Giants have a new pitcher. It's a debut. When it's time for a change, think Speedy. Oil change and auto service, your trusted oil change tune-up and brake experts.
So Derrick Rodriguez is going to be the new pitcher. And as Kite mentioned, it is his major league debut. He's 6'1", 215-pounder. He is 25 years of age, and of course, a famous father, a Hall of Famer, Ivan Rodriguez. And this is what he has done with AAA and AA. Specifically in AAA, he was 4-1 in 9 starts. And in 50 innings, he had 53 strikeouts against 11 walks. And he's got a good fastball. You're going to see a low to mid-90s with 2 types of movement. He'll 2- and 4-seam it. He's got a slider and he's got a curveball. He originally signed as an everyday player, but he didn't hit. So because he had a great arm, they said, let's put it on the mound. So he's still learning. He hasn't learned a changeup or a split yet. That's something he'll probably learn up here, but throwing with a lot of confidence right now.
And it's kind of odd, I'm sure, for him that here's his debut and he's not warming up in the bullpen.
Yeah, it is different. This is an odd deal. 6th rounder in 2011 as an outfielder. He converted in 2014. And then elected free agency in 2017. Giants picked him up 9 days later. They liked his arm. And he's athletic. Obviously, if you're drafted as an outfielder, you could do a lot of things.
He looks bigger, though. I mean, I've stood next to him.
Yeah, he doesn't seem 6'1".
No,
that may have been what he signed with. This is my major league debut smile.
Saw a note in the paper today that he's been in this major league clubhouse before in Denver. He was like 10 years old. His dad was still playing. Of course, his dad, as Mike said, he is a Hall of Famer. He played a long time. He could hit. He could definitely throw. And of course, he made that very famous tag in '03 where he tagged out JT Snow to end the Giants' hopes of moving on.
And he can run too. He was the whole package. And tonight, his son, Derrick.
Here's from 2002.
Saw a 2nd-generation guy raised around a clubhouse. I mean, he knew the rules of the clubhouse before he was 10 years old.
What I see out of that picture is son so happy to get out of the house where he could grow his hair as long as he wanted to.
Yeah, when Dad was making the rules, it was a little shorter.
And because of the injury, obviously, everybody knows by now that that new pitcher gets to throw as many pitches as he needs. I'm wondering if you could throw like 100.
Well,
do we have a limit? Probably not.
There really is no limit, but I mean, guys don't want to waste everything that they have, get loose. Oh, just break a ball to the backstop. That's good. That's good. Let the guys on deck think you got a little wild hair up your nose.
Well, it's better though if it's a fastball.
Well, you know what? This one he should bounce like 6 feet in front of home plate. We have not heard as to why Jeff Samardzija has left the game, but it is definitely something to do with his arm. He was really frustrated, upset, as you can imagine. And with Samardzija, he has a unique way of showing his anger. Well, and I would suggest do not try that at home.
No. So it'll be Ryan McMahon. He will lead things off.
I tried to break a batter with my leg one time. Not a good idea. And I didn't break it either. So guys that do that, to me, man and a half.
I tried it with a fungo and broke my leg. Here's McMahon, who swings and misses. No balls and 1 strike.
Yeah, and that's how Derrick Rodriguez's career starts. Quickly on top 0-1.
McMahon hitting .210. He's got 3 RBIs. Went 1 for 4 in the game yesterday.
Well, that's the changeup he supposedly doesn't have. So he goes fastball, changeup, fastball at 96 on an 0-2. Take a look at his motion. Very quiet upper body. 3/4, slightly higher than a 3/4 release. Good high release. Got a good curveball.
1-2 on the pitch wide. The big stage. One-two pitch. Not close. 2-2.
Well, that's when you want to throw your first breaking ball, when you're amped up. And you can imagine, he's got a little geek running down his arm right now. And the curveball is the first pitch that goes.
I'm sure he can't wait to throw the fastball. Foul down the left field line and out of play.
You know, one thing that we've really grown used to, when guys make their debut or they come in, they may last a year or 2. Young pitchers never shake off posing. And we'll keep an eye as to whether or not Derrick Rodriguez falls into that same category.
3-2. Iannetta to follow.
Try and find some calm, kid.
Hit to left. 1 out. And here's Iannetta.
Tell you one thing about Derrick Rodriguez, he's had great gloves his whole life.
Yeah, you think he's paid for one?
No.
Think he's paid for cleats?
No.
How about batting gloves?
No.
Here's Iannetta. That's a pretty good pitch right there.
That's a slider. It's a good one. Kurt Young was telling us that he's got 2 really good breakables. Here's the slider. He's also got a 12-6 curveball, which has not established yet. And he said the changeup is still a work in progress. Well, he threw a good one his second pitch in the big leagues. But Kurt Young liked him. He says, yeah, this guy's gonna pitch up here.
93 in on the hands. It's 1-2. Well, it wouldn't be something, right?
Yeah. Had a 5-to-1 strikeout walk ratio in AAA ball.
Hit to left. He hooked it. And that's going to fall in for a base hit. So Iannetta with a double. Here's Freeland. Freeland is 2 for 21.
Well, 2 for 21. That makes him a threat.
No balls and 1 strike.
Threw that ball right by him. Yeah, when your arm's geeked up on adrenaline, I mean, the fastball is your best friend. Any finesse pitch, it tends to suffer a bit.
Top of the order, Charlie Blackmon on deck. We're in the bottom of the second inning. And just a bit outside. Struck him out on a high fastball.
I'd ask for the ball there. First big league strikeout, and he got it.
So here's Charlie Blackmon, who doubled on the right field line to open up the bottom of the first.
So his first big league strikeout, a pitcher.
There's a breaking ball for a strike.
Mine was a pitcher. Hall of Famer though. Tom Seaver.
I think in those days you asked for the ball, didn't you?
Oh no, you never do that. Although I got it.
Look, Rodriguez didn't ask for the ball. The ball was given to him. That 1-2.
I mean, you don't have to anymore. They have authenticators here. I mean, all those things are all pre-planned before a game. If somebody's approaching a milestone, authenticator will know about it. Everybody in the dugout will know about it.
Get on the ground. Tough hop. And Tomlinson stays with it, and that'll end the inning. So nice job by Derrick Rodriguez.
By Kona Brewing Company. Enjoy a big wave golden ale or longboard lager today.
As you look into Coors Field, it's 2-0 Rockies. Is Tomlinson's going to lead things off. And that's hit off the end of the bat. Foul.
Watch Derrick Rodriguez come into the dugout after the inning, and he's going to hit second. Well, he didn't have a bat. He didn't have a helmet, gloves.
Trust me, there's plenty of those laying around.
Yeah.
We were joking in between innings back in our day. If that were the case, hitters would be hiding their bats.
And their batting gloves. He'd be going up there commando, no batting glove. Guys used to have to buy their own batting gloves.
That's not possible. They weren't even batting gloves at first. They were golf gloves.
Golf gloves.
Yep. Played second base with my Titleist golf glove on.
Everybody did it.
Down the right field line. Is this trouble? No.
And nobody wore two. Just the rich guys. Minimum wage was $20,000 a year. Buy one glove.
What was it?
20. What was yours when you got
14?
Yeah, you're an old guy though. 14 grand, but you were in high cotton when you had 14 grand coming in.
Well, I only had it coming in for 1 month. Fouled off the backstop.
First time I got big league meal money, it was a 10-day road trip. We're going to Montreal, Philadelphia, New York. They put the meal money in an envelope, your name on it. I opened up, I thought that's how they paid you in the big leagues. I didn't know it was meal money. I thought it was salary.
Foul. And a broken bat. Yeah, it was probably about 30, 35 bucks.
Yeah, about that. I thought I'll be taking some money home. Then I had a piece of cheesecake in New York, and it was like $20.
See. Derrick Rodriguez, he's got it all. He's got the gloves, the bat, obviously, the helmet. Tomlinson, a little pop-up. It's going to hang up and drift out to Barlow.
Pitcher number 57, Derrick Rodriguez.
Here's Rodriguez. Remember, he started out, Mike said, as a hitter in the minor league, so holding a bat is not strange to him.
Well, that's what he did in his minor league career. Hit 217. But I think he's as pumped up about this at bat as he is about going out there on the mound.
Foul down the right field line and out of play.
It's a good swing.
Got in on him a little bit. Outside, 1 and 2.
Trying to backdoor. That's a pretty good pitch right there, 0-2.
Seen by much. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes.
We're just getting word now that Jeff Samardzija left the game because of some right shoulder stiffness.
Got him. 2 down. What? Go back, Mike. What was the issue when he went on the DL? Was it the same thing?
Shoulder. He had some shoulder inflammation in his right shoulder during spring training.
Rockies Hernandez hit a ball well, but right at the second baseman McMahon in the first.
Well, you know what's so concerning about Samardzija is he's never been on a disabled list till this year.
There's a strike.
And the thing about Samardzija, you know, and it's very difficult for Dave Gresham and all of the training staff for the Giants. They'll ask him how he's feeling it, and he's never going to give you an honest answer. He's going to tell you, "I'm good to go."
And a high pop-up out of play. Row number 1 in the upper deck.
What's the rule? Don't lean over?
Well, not too far. And another pop-up. And another souvenir.
That was the John Miller rule of the upper deck. Is if you don't have a ballpark that you can hit a ball in the upper deck with foul, it's not a good ballpark. This is a good ballpark. You just saw what fouled up there.
Speaking of John, he's not here.
John Miller on assignment. And he'll be on assignment tomorrow. Join the team when we get back home on Friday. Open up a homestand. Yeah, that's part of the ballpark. You don't really see too many people bring their gloves. If you see a person bring their glove and he's sitting in the upper deck out there towards center field, that person is an optimist.
I don't see gloves. I see a few beers. Maybe some nachos.
Yeah.
No ballpark has more gloves than ours. Broken bat pop-up. Who's it going to be? Story side retired. The Beef coming up to face Rodriguez. 2-0 Rockies.
And this is the bottom of the 7th. This is a big play. Steve Wright grabs some pine meat, and that's our smart play, brought to you by your Northern California Ford dealers.
Here's Parra. It's 2-0. Facing Derrick Rodriguez. Parra with a single, and he scored a run in the first. And it's wide. 1 ball and no strikes.
You know, the other thing too is big league hitters, they want to wear out a new guy. They want to let him know where he's at.
And this is popped up to the left side of the diamond for Brandon Crawford. That's the play.
Well, Warriors playoff Central taking on. You can watch playoff Central. The Warriors take on Cavaliers. Game 1 Thursday, 4 p.m. on NBC Sports Bay Area. You've stuck with this team all year long. You've watched them all year long on Warriors Playoff Central. Coverage begins with special edition, and then it's Warriors Playoff before and after the game. NBC Finals coverage is on NBC Sports Bay Area. And for all of us in the Giants organization, we wish the Warriors well. Good luck.
Here's Arenado. Arenado grounded out to short and knocked in a run in the first inning. Foul back. It's a ball and or make it 0-2. Yeah, I think it's safe to say we thought the Warriors had them all the way, right?
Wow. I wish I could say that. But you know what?
Well,
hey,
you know what though, Mike? And then came the third quarter, and that's it.
yeah. But this is, I mean, that's how the Bay Area likes it. They like a little drama.
This guy that's got the right attitude. Pokes this one, and Tomlinson's going to have this one kick off his glove. I'm telling you, get out of town if you're an infielder.
It has been really a tough infield. And we're talking about across the board.
And we mentioned John's on assignment. Dave Fleming will be in after this half inning. I'll be back in the 7th. Thanks, Dave, with Darren Chan in the background.
DC. So Derrick Rodriguez is going to try and pitch through an error here.
Gonzalez struck out in the first. And he rolls this one foul.
You know, that point I started to talk about how when a young pitcher gets out there, especially a hard thrower, how it kind of gets the attention of the dugout, because big league hitters do not want to have a young guy come up here and have a good outing. They want to issue a little humility right off the get-go. And that is across the board in every dugout in America.
Swing. I remember that was so true. Remember all the publicity Tim Lincecum got in his first start against the Phillies. Is a nationally televised game, and the Phillies couldn't wait to knock him around, and they did. And they took a lot of pride in that. Although I do think Lincecum eventually got his revenge. And a pop-up to Longoria. Let's put it this way. I know Lincecum got his revenge.
Yes, he did.
Here's Story.
But because Derrick Rodriguez is a second-generation guy, I mean, the target on his back is a little bit bigger than a regular rookie. It's just how it is.
So true. Story double off the right field wall in the first.
Loves the first pitch.
And tight.
With Derrick Rodriguez, you really don't worry too much about his command. That was one of the things he shined with at the AAA level. 11 walks in 50 innings, but 53 strikeouts against those 11 walks.
2-0. With Ian Desmond on deck, 2 outs, a runner on. Arenado reaches on the air. Good take. It's 3-0.
Kind of a squeeze right there. Don't take for granted that Story's going to take on a 3-0 count. This is the 2-0 pitch. Very close. It's one every pitcher wants.
So the walk. And that'll bring up Desmond. Desmond bounced out to Kelby Tomlinson, hit a ball over the mound, and Tomlinson made a nice backhanded play. And he takes the first pitch down low.
It's great. I said, we don't worry about him walking people. 4-pitch walk.
Yeah.
My bad.
We take some responsibility. Okay, rip. It's 1 ball and 1 strike.
Get big leaguers swinging through your fastball. That'll definitely give you some confidence. And a circle change grip.
Swing. You're gonna miss. 1 and 2.
Throw 2 fastballs by a big league hitter. That'll give you confidence.
Yep. I believe that's true.
Yeah, but here's where it gets tougher.
Foul. And out of play.
We saw Desmond beat the Giants 2 good locations down and away in last night's ball game. Hit both those pitches to right field in 2 strike counts.
And the 1-2. Here it is to Desmond. Taps it foul. 96-mile-an-hour fastball.
There's his reach back velocity right now. You'll see a guy's best heater in 2 strike counts normally.
And it's just inside. The inside part of the plate was probably there. It's 2-2. Low. 3-2.
There was that circle change. So
40 pitches.
And this is a get it in situation right here. You're not worried about the pitch count with Derrick Rodriguez. He's got 100 pitches in his arm. He's made 9 starts in the minor leagues. So he's stretched out.
Runners are going to go. Got him. And that'll end the inning. Dave Fleming will be in. I'll see you back here in the 7th. It's 2-0 Colorado.
A modern finance company.
Onward to the top of the 4th inning. The Rockies on top of the Giants right now, 2-0. And we have a new broadcaster. It's my pal Dave Fleming.
New in a way. New sitting next to you tonight. Derrick Rodriguez with some smiles in the dugout. He has earned those. I've been impressed so far.
Yeah, I am too. I mean, you made a point as we sat down. You said there's no tougher place on the planet to have your major league debut than here as an opposing pitcher against the Rockies in Coors Field. And he has done well.
Ball one to Posey. Just a beautiful pitch to end the third.
I mean, right there at 95 in the outside corner at the knees, and all Ian Desmond can do is take it like a man. And that.
Chopper to third. Arenado. I thought he was going to run the ball to first.
Two for a minute.
How many steps did he take?
A good 4 or 5. I just want to point out before we forget it, Derrick Rodriguez pitched through an air, and doing that for the first time, I mean, that's a feather in your cap. So youngster has looked good his first 2 innings.
And I think personally, you know, forget just maybe intimidation might be the wrong word, but you come here to Coors, you know what a great place it is to hit, tough place to pitch. But you don't know how your pitches move differently. They react differently here a mile above sea level. And if you've never been here before, yeah, that is just not easy. So good for him so far. McCutchen has his second hit of the night. He likes the number 3 spot, I guess.
It's amazing how that works. Well, a reminder, the Giants are going to take on the Phillies this Friday. That'll be June 1st. Through Sunday the 3rd, and on Saturday the 2nd, it's 80s night at the Ball Yard. The first 20,000 fans are going to receive a retro fanny pack courtesy of Coca-Cola and the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. First 20,000 fans will also receive a Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk all-day rides ticket. Tickets available. Go to sfgiants.com. And he's got his rally cap on.
They'll wear the fanny cap. Well, hopefully not that. Hopefully the fanny pack. There goes the runner, and McCutchen is safe. Oh, Andrew McCutchen making something happen tonight. 2 for 2. Now a steal.
He had a huge jump, and Evan Longoria, this is a veteran move. Longoria sees the jump, and he just takes the pitch. He knows how good that jump is, and he had no intention to steal. Let that guy put himself in scoring position for you. That is a great jump.
Giants offense needs a spark. McCutchen base hit, and then the stolen base. Longoria hit a comebacker his first time up. He lines that one toward the middle. Stumbling McMahon throws him out. Nice play by Ryan McMahon.
Nice alignment defensively by the Rockies, because that's a base hit. I mean, that's the one that's hard for a hitter to accept. I mean, that's a base hit and an RBI.
Evan Longoria's entire career, probably until the last couple years, from the time he was in Little League. 2 down, runner at third. And Brandon Belt, who has a base hit in this game, has a chance to put the Giants on the board. Pops that one up. Trevor Story is under it for out number 3. So they hit the steal, but the defensive play helps keep the Giants off the board. It's 2-0 Rockies. You get to pick the most memorable. To vote for today's matchup, go to NBCSportsBayArea.com or on Twitter at NBCSGiants. Winner will be announced on Giants postgame live tonight. Okay, the contest tonight is our reigning champion. Game 2 of the 2014 NLDS, Giants and the Nats. That 18-inning game, or Yusmeiro Petit's 46 straight, a consecutive outs record that stands to this day. Foul ball off of Posey from McMahon to start the bottom of the 4th.
That's remarkable. 46 straight.
46 outs in a row. An underappreciated Giant, Yusmeiro Petit. He almost pitched a perfect game. He has that record. He had the great performance in that 18-inning game in the National League Division Series.
Well, whichever way it goes tonight, Petit's going to be the winner. He's seriously involved in both of the highlights.
It's true. You think when the Giants signed Yusmeiro Petit that they thought that a few years later we'd be talking about him? A couple of the best moments in the history of the San Francisco Giants.
Yeah.
He was a great story.
But you never know about this game. I mean, you never know how you're going to be remembered or what you do that's going to define you as an athlete.
Blew it right by McMahon. Strike 3.
Well, here's that LDS game, and remember, it was in Washington. It was a very cold night. Giants tied it up in the 9th inning, and then Petit goes in and throws 6 shutout answers on the board. And then the top of the 18th, it was Tanner Roark who threw a fastball down and in that Brandon Belt yanked out, and that was the difference of the game. And who was the closer in that game?
The closer in that game was Hunter Strickland.
That's right.
The only problem with winning 3 World Series is you have a lot of memories to sort through. There are a lot of cool moments and who did what, and remember that at bat. Oh, 2 to Iannetta.
But you kind of forget about moments like that. Who closed it out?
Yep.
Hunter Strickland. A young Hunter Strickland. And that was the only time we ever shut the windows during a game.
We had to. It was so cold at the top of Nationals Park. Maybe it was that cold on the field, but struck him out swinging. All right, so we saw the highlight from the long extra inning game in 2014. This is the record, or some highlights from it earlier that year.
That was the 46th out. The ball comes out of the ball game. That set the record.
Didn't a pitcher break it up? I think a pitcher got a hit either right after that.
I don't remember.
I see you put me on the spot. I'm putting you on the spot.
But you got the answer.
I dug deep.
You Stanford guys.
1-1 here to Freeland. Derrick Rodriguez has struck out 3 in a row. He's got 4 strikeouts since coming into the game. Freeland drives that one to right field. He's a good hitting pitcher. And that's going to be a double for Kyle Freeland.
Well, that's the one thing you do learn up here is you don't ever take it for granted. If a guy's got a bat on his shoulder, he's a threat. And here is that fastball challenge. I mean, right middle in, not a whole lot on it, just to get it in pitch. And Freeland says, yeah, I seen that one in batting practice. Kyle Freeland, the native of Denver.
He hit that ball 106 miles an hour. So just in case you thought, well, he was a pitcher, he hit it hard. Blackman on the ground. Tomlinson has it go right by him. Freeland coming around. The throw cut off. Belt throws it away. Blackman's going to third.
And that's what happens when you have an infield that is as hard and as fast as this one. And you can lose your confidence in it.
And I think that's what has happened to Kelby Tomlinson.
And this time he just doesn't get down. He anticipated the bad hop that he never got. We assume that's going to be ruled in error. 2 errors on the play.
The Belt throw. Belt, I think, a good throw, and Blackman was going to be out at second. The inning was going to be over. So now Parra, and there were 2 errors on that play.
I think it's ruled correctly.
This will be a challenge here for Derrick Rodriguez to try to minimize the damage.
Giants have made more errors than any team in the National League.
Hard to believe.
That's their 42nd error, and it is hard to believe when you consider the players that they have, the reputation that these players have for defense, and where they've really had problems is on the road.
Parra rips that one, and that really hurts. Blackman's going to come in to score. Parra will stop at second.
Well, what is the difference between a big league pitcher and a guy who's not a big league pitcher? Well, they don't worry about how they got into a mess. They think about how they're going to get out of it. Very much like the mindset between a good golfer and a not so good golfer. And right now, Derrick Rodriguez has to figure out how he's going to get out of this, how he's going to get past Arenado and get his team back in the dugout.
Good cutter, called a strike.
That's a good start.
I mean, I'm calling that pitch a cutter. Is that a cutter or a slider?
Yeah, it is. It's kind of a hybrid. I like the pitch. I mean, it's a little bit bigger than a traditional cut, which is a little 3 to 4 inch slide that's flat. That's got some tilt to it, but it's not as big as what a traditional or the new slider is.
Curveball.
That's the one pitch that he really has been without tonight, and that's one of his reputation pitches.
Two and one.
This is a crossroads at bat right here. I mean, 200 runs are in. You're down 4-0. You've got a guy who's led the world in RBI since 2014 up there at the plate. You do have a base open at first. And really, you got a base open at third as well, but a youngster like Rodriguez, I mean, he's not thinking about inning management. He's just thinking about getting people out.
3-1. Did he go? Yes.
That's how it could have gone either way. Call and the swing.
Me too.
Did he go? Yeah, that's the 50-50 zone.
Maybe Marvin Hudson thought it should have just been called a strike.
I'm a big Marvin Hudson fan right now. On you, Marvin.
3-2. Maybe a little more of the strike zone than he would have liked with that pitch. It was down.
Well, the point you make is that you don't have to challenge right in the middle of the strike zone with an open first base. Not to this guy. Not to Mr. Giant Killer.
Arenado to right field. McCutchen at the wall, jumps up, and he can't catch it. Parra will score. It's a double for Arenado. It is 5-0 Rockies.
McCutchen really hit the wall hard, and he's trying to shake some life back into his right elbow. Kurt Young going to go out there and calm his rookie down, at least try to. Let's take a look at the carry, which has always been the hot part of this yard. Get back to the wall.
I mean, he definitely had a chance to catch that ball.
Yeah, I couldn't tell if it was over the glove or if it was to the side.
Yeah, I couldn't tell either. And I'm not saying it would have been an easy routine catch, but
well, it would have been a play of the night. But as it is right now, you're concerned as to the welfare of his right arm. Is he all right?
Giants pitching coach back in the dugout. He's staying in the game. On a night where the Giants have already lost Jeff Samardzija. 3 runs after the error that should have ended the inning. Strike 1 to Cargo.
Well, they pitched through the air in the 3rd, and here he's trying to pitch through 2 of them, and it hasn't worked out the way that he would like it to work out. He's got a tough body to hurt. I mean, he's put together.
He's been super durable in his career. It's one of the reasons why he's been such a valuable player. He's clearly hurting a little bit out there.
He's squeezing that hand, trying to take some inventory in that right arm. He's feeling that great.
That one hit hard on one hop to Belt. Rodriguez covering, and that is finally out number 3. But 3 runs for the Rockies will go to the 5th. 5-0 Colorado leads.
Years ago, Christy Mathewson pitched a 4-hit shutout. The Giants beat the Braves in Boston for their 17th straight win. All 17 wins came on the road. Pittsburgh for 4, Chicago for 2, St. Louis 4, Cincinnati 3, Boston 4, Giants lost the next day in Philadelphia in game 1 of a doubleheader and finished their 6-city 24-day road trip with a 19-2 record. I will never complain about the length of a road trip again.
It makes these little 3-city trips that we've been on here 3 in a row seem pretty tame.
Look, Piddly, they had 3-4 gamers on that trip.
Now, games lasted about 90 minutes back then. Still, 102 years ago. I like that. When you can go back on this date.
This is what, 136th year of Giants baseball.
Mac Williamson takes a strike. Giants have some work to do. 136 years. This is the 25th year of the Rockies. McCutcheon's been off and on talking to Dave Greshner. Williamson to left center field. Parra sprinting back, kind of took a weird angle. It goes right over his head. And Mac Williamson has himself a leadoff double.
And that's going to relax him a little bit. I mean, he's been pressing since he's come back. He was so hot before he went on the concussion protocol. And he laid off a little. When you're on the concussion protocol, you're not doing baseball reps. You're not hitting. You're not running. You're not doing anything. And here he goes down there and manages to keep the hands back and fires that bat head through the changeup. Just a big fly ball that finds the gap in left center.
Well, it's almost unfair. A guy who didn't make the opening day roster, and then a few weeks later, it's like he's going to be the hero and rescue this offense. There's a lot of pressure on Mac Williamson, and I think you're right. He has been pressing a little bit.
Yeah, that hit is going to help him.
Zach Crawford wrapping up a tremendous month of May. Lined out his first time up, hit the ball hard. Lefty on lefty. He hits this one to right field, not that deep. Carlos Gonzalez with a strong arm. Williamson just bluffs. One out. And we get a chance to remind you when the Giants get home, Portuguese Heritage Night on Tuesday, June 5th. It'll be the Giants and the Arizona Diamondbacks, a special event package. To get that giveaway hat, you got to get the special event ticket, sfgiants.com/special events. 3 against the Phillies, 3 against the D-backs, and back on the road for 3 more cities. It's really been amazing. Giants playing so well at home, but it's a part of the schedule where they're just getting peppered with road games. I think Kelby Tomlinson would really like to get a hit here.
You make a couple errors, you absolutely want to atone with your bat.
Cargo playing shallow in the opposite field. 2 down.
You don't want to pop up on the first pitch.
No. Different circumstance, maybe Bruce Bochy would use a pinch hitter, but with your pitching staff worn out like the Giants has been, I think he wants a little more from Derrick Rodriguez, so that takes priority even when you're down 5 runs.
Well, I mean, he's been a starter, so he's stretched out to absorb the workload, and really Bruce Bochy didn't have a choice.
Does not have a choice. And I think Derrick is a guy who should be able to handle the bat. He came up as an outfielder, so I would expect he'd be a good hitting pitcher.
Yeah, I think he's a little disappointed with his first effort. He took a called strike 3 in his first at bat back in the 3rd. But he's up here to do exactly what he did tonight. They needed a guy who, if a starter went down early, as was the case tonight when Samardzija had to leave the game with shoulder tightness. So he comes into the 2nd inning and he needs to eat up some innings.
One and one. Now the Giants have obviously missed Madison Bumgarner on the mound. They have missed him as a hitting pitcher.
Well, he wants to be back now. I mean, he's going to pitch Friday night, and he's not happy about it. He wants to be in the big leagues. I think ideally the Giants are going to pitch him one more start in the minor leagues, and then next week you'll see him come back to the big league level. But he's not on board. He wants to be in the big leagues now.
Well, yeah, I mean, I would guess the Giants are going to stick to their decision, but you wonder if tonight maybe changes the calculus a little bit.
You know, I mean, I think the Giants.
I don't know if the decision is just purely, hey, we're protecting Bumgarner, we want him to take it easy, we don't want to rush him, then maybe tonight doesn't change it. But he definitely believes he's ready to go.
Yeah, Bumgarner definitely believes he's ready to go.
1-2 to Derrick Rodriguez. He takes in the dirt. Giants pitchers have the worst hitting numbers of any team in the league.
Well, they need Madison Bumgarner back.
That's my
that
point.
Up a little bit.
They're missing the bat too.
Let's go.
He had a hit in his rehab start in Sacramento. Freeland taking a while. Now he's got the pitch he wants. 2-2. Rodriguez hit it hard to right field. Cargo sprinting back. This one is right over his head. And the kid's got his first hit and his first run batted in. It's going to be a double. How about that for Derrick Rodriguez?
That's going to be the last time teams play him shallow. Carlos Gonzalez never had a chance. So that's a 2-strike at bat. I mean, that's exactly why you should be able to handle the bat. In these situations, you're down 5-0. You got a runner in score position. Your at bat means something. And Derrick Rodriguez, he gets his first big league hit, and he puts his team on the board. Let's take a look at the pitch. A little cut fastball at 92, staying inside it beautifully. And backspins it right over the head of Gonzalez in right field. And that is a memory that he will never forget. Pablo Sandoval, as usual, the first guy off the bench. Let's go, kid. You got a batting average. Got a babe.
Maybe that could spark the Giants here. Gorky Hernandez could make that really hurt. I mean, Derrick's a good athlete. He was an outfielder, converted to pitching. He can run a little bit. And I think your point is a good one. There's never been a harder time to hit in big league history, more high velocity. I mean, the pitchers hitting numbers are going down, down, down across the board. But you have to at times be able to, as difficult as it is, help yourself with a bat. Get a bunt down, put a ball in play. That one is foul. And too often this year, Giants pitchers have not been able to do that. It's hurt them.
It certainly has. But, and you know, the best part about it is his mom's here. Mirabel Rivera, she's here watching it. His stepdad and his sister are also here. His dad, Ivan Rodriguez, is going to see him Friday in San Francisco. He's going to be there. You don't know if Derrick's going to be in the game, but
yeah, Pudge is out of the country and could not get an easy flight back. So he told Derrick he'd see him in San Francisco. Well, you guys showed the photos. Derrick grew up around the big leagues, around a big league clubhouse with his dad, who included his son in a lot of baseball stuff. And he's part of the reason why, hey, when we saw him strut into the clubhouse yesterday, he was a guy who belonged. There's no awe. On the ground, a short. Story will throw out Gorky's. But Derrick Rodriguez making his major league debut tonight as his first hit and first run batted in. 5-1 Rockies.
ago. Buster Posey was called up from Fresno. He would make a season debut, and in that debut, he'd go 3 for 4 with 3 RBIs, the first RBIs of his career. The Giants would beat the D-backs 12-1. Posey played 7 games in September and October of 2009.
Remember that night? I mean, he hardly had any experience that call up in 09. So really, in a lot of ways, that was his big league debut. He was lighting up the minor leagues. Giants called him up. They needed some help in 2010. And they won 12-1. He got those 3 hits. Place was giving him standing ovations already. He was such a big prospect. First pitch swing and a pop up from Trevor Story. Brandon Crawford underneath it. For round number 1 here in the bottom of the 5th.
That was a big league pop-up.
It was. You got to be a strong dude to hit one that high.
Well, and right now, pop-ups are not easy plays. The sky is a lot of. This is dusk. You don't really see the ball very well. Easy to lose it.
And Buster, of course, would go on to win the National League Rookie of the Year, lead the Giants with some help to a World Series championship. That one a smash off of Rodriguez. He's going to pick it up and have no play. Man. And hopefully he's all right. That one hurt. Foot or leg?
I couldn't tell. I know one thing, it's not feeling that good right now. Giants head trainer Anthony Reyes out to take a look. Yeah, got him in the shin. Yeah, that got him direct. I mean, that's like getting hit with a 105-mile-an-hour fastball. We haven't found out what the exit velocity is, but it's a bullet. That's 108.
Ouch.
Well, he has had a memorable evening. I mean,
yes, he has. Yeah, he's limping.
Say no, I'm fine. We're good. Everything's fine. We're good. Well, now they try and talk you off the mound.
Yeah.
Well, that's too bad. But he definitely stood tall tonight, and he put a lot of good thoughts in this organization's mind. It's a nice debut.
He deserves that ovation. But the Giants have a second pitcher injury in this game. Samardzija out with shoulder tightness, and now Rodriguez hit by the comebacker. You know, you hope, okay, that's not going to be a long-term thing, but just too sore. You can see him limping around. You don't want to have him compromise his mechanics, maybe hurt something else, trying to work around some pain.
Oh, yeah, it definitely is something that would upset the machine. See it already starting to weld up. It's a 108-mile-an-hour bullet.
So the Giants are going to the bullpen, and we'll come back with the new pitcher when it's time for a change. Think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your oil change, tune-up, and brake experts. for the Warriors, but they are in the finals, and game one is set for Thursday. The team you watched all season long on NBC Sports Bay Area will begin coverage pregame. Special edition of Warriors Outsiders and Warriors Playoff Central before and after the game. Finals coverage right here on NBC Sports Bay Area. Thursday, 4 p.m. Giants have an off night. We can enjoy the game. Root for the Warriors. They'll be at Oracle against LeBron and the Cavs.
And again, for all of us in the Giants organization, go Warriors. It's been continues to be such a great story. Meanwhile, Will Smith is taking his time. He has as many pitches as he needs to get loose. You see what he has done in 12 games. He's had a nice start to this 2018 season. You know, you think about 4 years the Warriors have been to the finals. I mean, that's high school. 4 years. College.
You're right.
For some people.
Yeah.
4 years. But it hasn't seemed that long for the Warriors. I mean, this has been a great run.
It has been, and it's just even more remarkable that it could be the same opponent all 4 years in a row. LeBron and the Cavs coming back to the Bay Area starting on Thursday. By the way, Derrick Rodriguez, not to change subjects, but 69 pitches. Hopefully he's all right. Took the comebacker that has chased him from this game. 44 strikes. He threw a first pitch strike to 14 of 18 hitters that he faced. But I thought there were a lot of positives from Rodriguez's major league debut.
And so did that man right there.
Yeah.
I mean, Bruce Bochy and Kurt Young, Giants pitching coach. They have to be thrilled with what they saw. He pitched through an air. He didn't get a whole lot of support defensively from his club tonight.
3 in the third innings. They made 3 errors with him on the mound. And none of the runs that he gave up, unless Desmond comes in to score, will be earned to his record. McMahon swings at the first pitch from Will Smith, and Mac Williamson can't get there. Desmond coming to third. He'll get the stop sign. That ball just kept going and going.
Ballpark playing so different tonight than what we saw in last night's game. There's a lot of rain in the air, a lot of humidity in the air. Not as much carry in last night's ball game as we are seeing tonight. This is more like Coors Field. And it really was reflected in that at bat from McMahon.
So 1 out, second and third. Big at bat in this game for the Giants to try to hang close. And of course, Field, a 4-run game, is still, I think, a close game. Infield comes in. Big breaking ball in for a strike.
Good curveball. And I think in a strikeout situation like Will Smith has in front of him here, it's easiest to pitch in this situation when you have a base that's open. Pitcher on deck and then a left-handed hitter behind him. So he can really make nothing but 0-2 pitches here. Like that.
Yeah, that's perfect 0-2 pitch. Instead it's 1-1, but I think he would like to do that again.
Everything here favors the hitter because of how fast this infield's playing. When you move your infielders in, they don't have much range now as it is, but it really shortens up.
Iannetta smokes one to center. Gorkis Hernandez does well. That was a wrestling match out there to make the catch. Desmond will come in to score. Man, did he hit that ball hard. A sacrifice fly. It is 6-1 Colorado.
And Gorkis Hernandez, I mean, he broke in on that ball and immediately had to redirect as that ball started to go Coors Field on him and carry. It almost went over his head. Watch Hernandez, he breaks in. Now he's got to redirect, and it winds up being a high backhander. So Iannetta gets the job done. Good at bat.
You mentioned the difference tonight. 28% humidity at first pitch time. It is dry. The ball is flying. Kyle Freeland foul tipped that one for strike one. Six to 1 Rockies. Freeland has a double and scored a run. He hooks that one to Tomlinson. Belt has to race to get back, and he just got there. Now Freeland hustles, and he was flying up the line. That was very close.
Well, we'll see. Rockies are taking a look right now. Testimony as to how close it was.
He got the foot on the bag, and I think the ball was there just ahead of him.
They're going to look a second time.
The Rockies want a challenge. I thought on the first look that just barely the call was correct. We'll see.
I mean, it's really close. But that one look that we saw, I think the first look, it didn't look to me like Belt was in contact with the base. And I think that's what the Rockies saw.
Yeah, I thought he got the foot back there, but maybe I did not see that correctly. Is his foot on right there?
I don't think so.
Our replay review presented by Xfinity. So they're taking a look in New York.
I mean, that's one look at it, and it's one view. The other, I don't think they got him. I mean, that's something that could definitely surprise an infielder, is when you see a pitcher that has the speed of Freeland.
Well, he is out, and maybe the Giants got a little break. He can fly, Kyle Freeland. So the out, that keeps a run off the board. It is 6-1 Rockies.
Appreciation for all military by sharing a photo or video with hashtag #HatsOffForHeroes. For each post, T-Mobile will donate $1 to support veterans.
6-1 Colorado. We go to the 6th inning in Denver on a night where the Giants have lost 2 pitchers in the game to injury.
Take a look at the look in, as Dave was pointing out, in between on the break, if it hits any part of the glove, that's when the play's over. And that look right there is, I think, was the conclusive look that that New York got.
We got a clarification a couple weeks ago about that, and I was surprised. It's not that we hadn't studied the rule over the years, but I always sort of use the term, okay, it's got to be in the glove, in the back of the glove, some phrasing like that. As soon as it makes contact with the glove, that's the point where you make the call.
Well, in that one look with Belt holding the right hand out, the ball hit like the ring finger of the glove before it got to the pocket. So that point of where it hits the glove, that's when you rule possession. And that's what MLB had given you the clarification on.
I'm trying to find the language here, just because it was kind of an interesting clarification we got. Might take me till tomorrow to actually find it, but there was a little phrasing that was slightly different than the way that I had thought about it in the past. Now we'll see if the Giants offense can come to life here against Freeland and the Rockies.
Well, as you look as the ball hits the side of the glove before it hits the pocket. According to your clarification, I mean, right there's contact. So my concern was that with the foot in contact with the bag, clearly from that angle, it looked like it was.
2-2 to Posey.
What we've come to believe, looking at all these different looks, they can change dramatically from one look to the next.
It's a good reminder for us. That sometimes the looks that we get are not exactly the same that the replay umpires are looking at least initially.
Well, it's the broadcaster's kiss of death. you see one, you're going, oh, I'm on board, you're out. And then all of a sudden you see another one where, no, upon further review.
Posey hits a drive to deep left field. It's been a long time coming for Buster. It's home run number 3 of the year, and it's 6-2 Rockies.
Psyched.
And Posey's been hitting, and he's often been hitting the ball hard, but he's not been hitting home runs. He takes Kyle Freeland deep.
And he likes the 2 spot in the lineup. That comes in a 3-2 count. Freeland's got a 5-run lead. He's not going to walk him. It stays down through it. Back spins it right out of here.
McCutchen takes a generous strike call. He hit it to a couple Giants fans. One and one.
Yeah, just a flip of the wrist, 421 feet.
One and two to Andrew McCutchen. Well, the lineup change. Bruce Bochy. Posey has hit a home run from the number 2 spot, and McCutchen in the number 3 spot so far, 2 for 2. Whether that has anything to do with it.
You wouldn't think that it would be such a big deal, but you know, it's a different look. I mean, you say, well, how is that possible? They're getting in the batter's box. It's the same look. Well, it's just a different feel, a different look, hitting in the 2nd spot, hitting in the 8th spot as opposed to the 3rd spot. It just is. I mean, there's a whole different attitude hitting in the 3rd spot as opposed to anyone else in the lineup, I think.
And I do think that Bochy mostly made the move for McCutchen, trying to make him feel as comfortable as possible, help get him going. And Posey's been hitting well. That's strike 3 called, just not hitting for a ton of power.
Let's take a look at the stats on the home run for Buster Posey. Well, the launch angle, 36 degrees, 101 miles per hour, 421 feet, and a Giants fan got it.
Measured that with StatCast.
They should have a stat for that. You can hit it to one of your fans on the road. That should mean something.
Longoria 0 for 2 against the lefty Freeland. And there's been a lot of that. A lot of the change-ups, the soft stuff to Longoria. It's that one deep to left field. Forget about it. Can this one find a Giants fan in the bleachers? All the way up onto the concourse on the bounce. Home run number 9 for Evan Longoria. Wow.
And that comes in an 0-2 count. So Steve Foster, the pitching coach for the Rockies, going to head out there. And this is going to be a simple message here. You need to make better 0-2 pitches. Take a look. They set up an inside target. That's not too far away from it. Just about 4 inches of a leak out to the middle of the plate. Boom. And that's all it takes. Ricardo Parra, I mean, he gave it a look, but he knew immediately that was way up there. Be anxious to see what the stats are on that thing.
That was a big fly.
That could be about 460.
So not back to back, but 2 home runs in a span of 3 hitters. Belt takes one high and tight. Well, all of a sudden the feel of this game has changed. We're only in the 6th inning. Rockies bullpen is up and going. Scott Oberg is getting loose. 2 runs in. There's a strike to Belt.
You know, when you give up 2 home runs in an inning, your mind, it wanders. I mean, it's hard to get your focus back.
Belt slashes right past the defense.
I mean, a home run's kind of a slap in the face to a pitcher, especially in a 2-strike count. But when you have an 0-2, this is the 0-2 home run for Longoria. We'll see the numbers. 435 feet. 103 miles per hour. That's like, you give up 2 home runs in 2-strike counts in the same inning. That's getting slapped in the face twice.
Well, you got a guy who can definitely go deep at the plate here, Mac Williamson. Williamson doubled his last time up. A home run now would really change this game.
Oh, by the way, Brandon Belt don't get picked off. Freeland's got a good move, and that's it. Bud Black's going to come get him.
Wow. Well, maybe that double by Mac, his last time up. Kyle Freeland's not real happy about this. He's coming out of the game, and Oberg will be coming in when it's time for a change. Think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your oil change, tune-up, and brake experts. Giants coming back. We'll be back right after this.
of the San Francisco Giants may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the San Francisco Giants Baseball Club, LLC.
Dave Fleming, Mike Krukow back here in Denver. Giants hit 2 home runs here in the 6th inning, and a base hit by Brandon Belt is the hit that chases the starter Kyle Freeland out of this game in the 6th. Scott Oberg out of the Rockies bullpen.
Take a look at what Oberg has done. Been up and down. Problems that he's had is with left-handers. They're just raking him, hitting 429 righties. He's been good against, and he's going to take on Mac Williamson. With a mid-90s fastball, curveball, slider, and an occasional changeup. He's got 4 pitches.
He got rocked on April 23rd, sent down to AAA on that date, and this is his first appearance back. So it's been more than a month for him. He misses high and tight to Williamson, ball 1. Mac 1 for 2 with a double and a run scored. Rockies have 2 more pitchers warming up behind Oberg in the bullpen. Belt at first, 1 out. One inside. Oh, close to the corner, but away from the target, 2-0.
Well, you're right. If the iron head of the catcher sitting up on that inside corner, they probably get that pitch. Once he reaches across the plate, a lot of umpires, they don't give it.
2-0. Hit foul. Williamson had a big cut.
Man, he's got some bat speed. Big and strong. 6'4", about 245, and I mean, there ain't an ounce of fat on him.
Strike 2 swinging.
And that was by him. Brooks Pounders is the right-hander, and Mike Dunn is the lefty.
You got Crawford on deck. 2-2. They set that target away, and did he go? No. Three and 2.
One thing we've learned about Williamson is that he doesn't have to get it all to hit it out of the ballpark. We're not just talking about Coors Field. That's any ballpark. That's how strong he is.
He drives that one to right field. It's going to whistle right by Cargo. One hop up against the wall. That's that power. That's that bat speed. It's a double.
And another 2-strike base hit for the Giants this inning. High leg kick, hands start low, and just goes with the high location. From Oberg's perspective, the ball was away, but it was up. And Williamson, he's going to love this swing because he's going the other way and driving the ball. Carlos Gonzalez, he didn't have much time to get over.
He had no time at all. Now Brandon Crawford, the lefty, does get to face Oberg. Strike 1 swinging. You mentioned the numbers. Lefties have destroyed Oberg this year. Mike Dunn was getting ready in a hurry in the bullpen, but Oberg staying in. Crawford is 0 for 2 in this game. One and one. You mentioned the 2-strike hitting. 3 out of the 4 hits in this inning have been with 2 strikes, and they've all been extra base hits. 2 homers and a double. Not little ground balls, protecting with 2 strikes. That one is slashed to third. Arenado right there to catch it. 2 down.
Well, all of a sudden, Crawford snake bit. I mean, he's hit the ball on the screws, and he's got nothing for it. Wait, rifles it right to the left side of the field. And there standing is Arenado.
And on another night, that one's down the left field line. 2 runs in. Crawford standing at second. And a big at bat for Kelby Tomlinson. Strike 1. Blanco has come out into the on-deck circle with the pitcher spot due up next. Second and third, 2 outs, 2 runs already in here in the 6th. Strike 2 swinging.
Good cutter right there at 96. Could not be in a better location. Good luck trying to hit that thing. That's nasty.
One, 2. Did he go? No.
Robert Hudson saying no swing. I agree with it. It's one if you're an umpire. I mean, whichever way you go, some manager's going to be yelling at you.
New life for Kelby Tomlinson. Can he take advantage of it? Now on the count 2-2. Way outside, 3-2.
Bigger Blanco chalking up.
Big pitch, big moment in this game right here. 3-2. Tomlinson fouls it off.
This inning gets that Gregor Blanco, Scott Oberg will be gone. You'll see Mike Dunn, the lefty in the Rockies pen. I mean, you can see three pitchers here and 3 hitters.
Another 3-2 to Tomlinson. He grounds it to the right side. Desmond has it. Oberg to the bag, and he just got there. Now the Giants get 2. Buster Posey was first. A 421-foot shot. And then Evan Longoria followed him, hit it even farther. You know, 0-2 count. So the home runs have gotten the Giants back in this game, middle of the 6th.
Giants game. You can do it with our grad pack. Tickets to 2 games and a class of 2018 out of here t-shirt. It's a perfect gift. Packages start as low as $49. Go to sfgiants.com/grad. Check it out.
Will Smith to Charlie Blackmon. Strike one from the Giants lefty. 6-3. Giants scratching and clawing to get back in this game. Down 3.
It's a look of concern. Gentleman in the orange jersey.
In this ballpark, you try to stay close, give yourself a shot in the late innings.
Yep, that's the look of concern.
Concerned that it might be last call soon. Beautiful night here in Denver. Oh, 0-2 to Blackmon. Scored 2 runs. Been on base a couple different times. Once with a double, once with one of those 3 Giants errors.
Charlie Blackmon was not enthusiastic about the second strike that was called on him. It's hard to forget a bad call going against you. It really is.
He tried to protect there, and he did.
Big league emergency swing right there.
That was.
That's the one thing that, I mean, you learn. You play this game long enough, you just learn that you cannot let one pitch affect your mind the rest of the at bat. Wipe it clean.
One, 2 is strike 3 called.
We found that out yesterday. I mean, Charlie Blackmon, he'll guess in 2 strike counts. He guessed there, breaking ball, and Will Smith threw a fastball right by him.
So that's out number 1. By the way, you and I were talking about that play at first base, the replay review. This is the play that we were talking about. And they reviewed, and ultimately the Giants, the call was upheld. He was out just barely. And I finally dug through all my email and found the language that I'd gotten from MLB. And I think it's interesting just to share it, because it really does apply to that play. You pointed it out. Gerardo Parra is the hitter. On a play like that, the point of interest is when the ball first contacts the leather of the glove. The glove doesn't need to be closed. It doesn't need to be in the back. Even if the ball ticks off the inside of the pinky of the glove and settles in the back, its first contact is what counts, assuming that the catch is actually made.
That's completely different than what we were told.
I was surprised by that when I got that clarification, and I think this play was actually an example of that. 0-2. So anyway, we can move on from that, but it's a little subtle distinction that on a play can make a difference.
Well, I'm glad MLB reached out to you to clear that up, because we were all in need of a clarification.
Oh, 2 to Gerardo Parra. Has had a good game. 2 for 3, single, double, scored a couple runs, knocked in a run, rolls that one to second. Nothing routine tonight for Kelby Tomlinson. 2 down.
He's thinking that too when that ball's coming at him. What's this thing going to do?
Just cannot be a comfortable feeling the way these 2 games have gone. Here is Arenado. In case you're just joining us, Jeff Samardzija pitched 1 inning, had to come out of the game with a tight right shoulder. Derrick Rodriguez came in, made his major league debut, really pitched well, I think, all things considered. Worked around some defensive errors, 3 unearned runs scored against him, and then he had to leave, got hit by a comebacker in his shin.
108-mile-an-hour comebacker.
Will Smith, the 3rd pitcher of the game for the Giants. Kind of your standard Arenado shift these days.
You know, 108-mile-an-hour comeback, that's certainly enough velocity to break a leg.
Yeah.
So I'm sure the Giants are going to get that X-ray. When you get hit by a velocity like that, you realize when they call it a hard ball. And those are things that when you're out of the game and you're retired, you still see coming back at you at night.
You had a few of those.
Oh, yeah, and everybody that plays this game, they do. And the longer you play, the more you get. But you don't forget them.
Comebackers, if you're on the mound or if you're in the batter's box as a hitter, yeah, I would think those would be hard to shake off.
You know, you're so amped up, you got adrenaline flowing out there. You can get by with it for a while, but as it stiffens up, and then when you wake up the next day, it's like reality sets in. And it is, it's comical.
Reality bites.
See Dad gimping around the room.
That's a pop-up. Brandon Belt right near the first base bag for out number 3. And good inning for Will Smith. Kipe will come back and join Mike here on the TV side. On to the 7th, 6-3 Rockies.
To play here at Coors Field. It's the Giants 3 runs, 9 hits, 3 errors. Colorado Rockies 6 runs on 9 hits. Jeff Samardzija started this game, gave up 2 in the first inning, had to leave the game with a stiff shoulder. Derrick Rodriguez made his debut, a good solid outing for the youngster with 4 runs allowed, 1 of which was earned. He also got his first big league knock, and he knocked in a run. The story tonight has been a couple of home runs, 1 from Posey, 1 from Longoria. And they are 6-3 Rockies going into the 7th. Right now, when it's time for change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your oil change and tune-ups brake experts. Mike Dunn, the new pitcher for the Rockies. 19th time that he has come in. And look at the walks. 12 walks allowed in 13 2/3. He has not been comfortable with his stuff or his release. 6-3, top of the 7th. Once again, here's Dwayne Kuiper.
All right, as it's Austin Jackson who's going to hit first. Two 2-0 to Jackson.
Dunn's a 3-pitch guy in the low 90s fastball with a curveball and a slider. But he has really been searching for some consistency with his release point.
So happy to be back, I have to tell you.
Did you have fun over there?
Oh, goodness. 3 balls and no strikes. Rockies Hernandez on deck. You know, I'll tell you what's tough on radio is if a pitcher leaves with an injury, that takes 15 minutes to warm up.
Yeah.
You have to talk.
Well,
so you should have heard the stories that I made up over there. Here's the 3-1 to Jackson, and it's 3-2.
Well, you got to talk about Derrick Rodriguez. There were a lot of things to talk about with him.
I was going back to my minor league days and how much fun I was having. And after a while, I had no idea what the heck I was talking about. Meanwhile, Will Smith was hardly even close to being ready. Here's the payoff to Jackson, and a base hit up the middle. And that's how it all got started. Now it's Rockies Hernandez.
Well, one thing the Giants have this year compared to last year, they got some firepower in the offense, and it's not just in 1 or 2, 3 spots. I mean, they've got it up and down the lineup. And Coors Field down 3, that really should mean a lot to this bunch.
Well, they had an opportunity to add more runs in the 6th, but Crawford hit the ball right on the nose. And he hit it right at Arenado.
He is hitting in a little streak of bad luck right now.
Corey Guerin is getting loose in the Giants bullpen. And Rockies Hernandez, did he get the bat back? He did. It's 1 ball and no strikes.
Been a lot of close calls that have gone the Giants' way tonight that Marvin Hudson, the first base umpires, had to rule on, this being another one of them. And that's the right call.
Yeah, it's an easy call.
But Hudson's getting an earful from the Rockies dugout.
Tap to third. Foul.
Hey, Xfinity X1 customers, say show me the San Francisco Giants. Enter your X1 voice remote and you get live stats on your TV. Change the way you experience TV with Xfinity X1.
We used to have this phone violation thing.
Yeah, these guys have been on the phone since the first pitch.
I think you could draw a phone violation a lot in any part.
Seriously.
1 ball and 1 strike.
Who's the gamer in that group? The guy with the orange jersey on.
I mean, the only thing that he packed for the 3 games?
That's exactly right. Hadn't picked his phone up 1 time.
That guy?
Yeah, that guy.
He got on the plane at SFO Monday morning with that jersey on.
Yeah.
And he's going to get on the plane tomorrow night, Thursday morning, with that jersey on.
Yeah.
The 1-1 to Hernandez. And Hernandez is bound and determined to lay down a bunt. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. In all honesty, I don't want him to bunt here.
No, I don't either.
And look, he's not sacrificing, but he's got 6 home runs.
Yeah. He's a home run guy.
Last year, yeah.
Last year he didn't hit any home runs. Bunt your heart out, my friend. This year, swing it.
Let it rip. Ooh, 3-1.
I mean, when you're going bad and your ERA's in the 6s, these are pitches you don't get. When you're going good, those are ones you do get. Or a guy swings at it. All of a sudden, Rockies Hernandez in the driver's seat here with 3-1.
And the walk.
Nice at bat.
Here's Buster Posey. The injury to Ottavino really changes everything for Bud Black. 'Cause I don't think he'd have a problem bringing in Shaw right now if he had Ottavino.
You're absolutely right. Adam Ottavino, the right-hander sidearm specialist, would have been one of the best sliders in the National League West, is on the DL.
So here's Buster who homered.
And in this inning, when you got Posey, McCutchen, Longoria lined up, you don't have Ottavino. Can't use Shaw.
I mean, he's not getting anything right now. It's 1-0. This was the home run by Buster.
Well, this is a 3-2 count in the 6th inning. High fastball from Kyle Freeland. Ahead 5 runs. He didn't want to walk him, and Buster unloaded.
The 1-0. Hit into right center field. Blackman's got a beat on it. Jackson's going to go back and tag. So put runners at first and third. That is the hot spot if you get something behind it, and Buster just didn't have a whole lot behind it. So here's McCutchen. McCutchen 0 for 2 lifetime. He's also had a walk. And he taps it foul. And McCutchen hit the wall hard on an Arenado drive.
He
Came
took
down awkwardly.
most of the heat on his right elbow and right wrist. But it seems to be all right.
Here he is. Giants have lost 2 pitchers to injuries in this game. I haven't heard any word on, or at least I haven't, on Derrick Rodriguez, which is probably a good sign.
Well, he got hit with an 108-mile-an-hour line drive, so I imagine they're going to X-ray it.
Double play ball. That's 1 and 2, and that'll end the inning. It remains 6-3.
with nothing to hide. That's transparency. By Heffernan Insurance Brokers. Insurance and financial services for you and your business. Visit hefins.com. And by Xfinity. X1 will change the way you experience TV.
Here in the bottom of the 7th, it's 6-3 Rockies. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service. Your trusted oil change tune-up and brake experts.
So Corey Guerin coming in for the 26th time this year. For Guerin, he leads the team in appearances. And the side armor is going to take on Carlos Gonzalez here in the bottom of the 7th inning.
Gonzalez is 0 for 3. And he shoots it into right field on the first pitch for a base hit. Make that 1 for 4. Here's Trevor Story. Story is doubled. He's walked and he's popped out. Look out. Didn't hit him, but Story looked like he got hurt getting out of the way.
You're right.
It's kind of in that oblique area that everybody gets concerned with.
I mean, this is a heat seeker going right into him. A little contortion there. Tweaked him a little bit. That swing's not going to make him feel any better either.
Well, that pitch was pretty predictable. One ball and one strike. He's still wiggling around like it just isn't right.
Well, he's taking inventory right now. You're up there thinking, am I all right? Am I doing something? Definitely can affect the bat.
Marquise Hernandez coming in. 1 out.
Watch what happens to Story when he gets back into the dugout. Trainers are just like pointers, hunting dogs. When they watch their boys with incredible intensity, and every move that they make, I mean, they're on it.
Here's Desmond.
I used to have a dog that was part setter and part pointer. He would sit by the table and point at your plate.
Food, baby. Guerin the pitch. Check swing foul. Guerin hit that ball off of Rodriguez's leg. It was the last hitter for Rodriguez. We are in the 7th. Giants within striking distance. Runner goes. Buster's throw. Again on the money, not in time. Buster wants them to at least have somebody, Sean Dunston and Chad Chop, take a look at it.
So they took a look, wasn't there. I think the way that Desmond went into the bag, he took the outside part of the bag, farthest point away from Kelby Tomlinson. And he just did beat it. Safe all the way.
So 1-2.
Outside, 1-2. A pretty good example of, you see a lot of middle infielders that'll really take that throw too far in front of the base rather than let the ball get to the base. But if you're Tomlinson in that particular play, if you think it's going to come up short, then you have to go get it. Poke to right. That's going to be a base hit. And the throw to second is going to be offline. So Desmond a double. And it's 7-3. Watch every out-of-market regular season game live at home, in the office, or on the go with MLB.tv. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.tv. Here's McMahon. Right at the last second, Corey Guerin noticed that Desmond was actually thinking about stealing third, so he stepped off. And a healthy rip on a foul back. No balls and one strike. Which is outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Ionetta to follow. Inside corner. Good pitch. 1-2. Guerin trying to keep an eye on Desmond. He would like to give Buster Posey a shot if Desmond decides to go.
And he will go. He'll try and steal third in a 1-out situation. Absolutely he will. If he thinks he can get a jump. And Guerin doing what he needs to do. Vary the head looks. Come set, look once, go. Come set, look twice. One thing we found out about Tim Lincecum, there were times he never even looked.
He didn't care. I got Buster on the foul tip.
But I think that could work for you.
I mean, look, if I say he didn't care, he cared. He just cared more about what was going on at the plate than what was going on at second.
Plus, he figured he could strike anybody out. Rob Dent, same way. I mean, his unload time was the slowest in the big leagues. He didn't care. He stole second. I'm going to strike the guy out.
Dennis Eckersley. Just outside, 2-2. Remember Eck when he was a rook, he was only 20. Maybe might have been 19. And they asked him to, you need to work on your pickoff mode. He was very adamant that that was assuming the guy was going to reach.
I believe that.
Crawford is going to stab this one. There's McMahon finding out that it's not carrying to center. 2 outs. Iannetta doesn't come in with a very good batting average, but he's had some good at bats in these 2 games.
Well, he's dangerous too. He's got power, and in this ballpark, I mean, he can hit it out from foul line to foul line.
And the first pitch strike. David Dahl is on deck. Tap foul. Nothing at 2. Seventeenth pitch coming up for Corey Guerin.
He's in the driver's seat here too with an 0-2 pitch. He can go in or out, but does not want to throw a strike here. Doesn't have to. Well,
that's a good pitch there.
Yeah, I mean, definitely got him thinking about inside. Now he can elevate and go right back in on that same side above the hands. He can throw that big frisbee breaking ball off the plate away.
And a base hit. Desmond's going to score. And now what the Rockies are doing is what you have to do in this park is they're adding on.
And that's not a 2-strike pitch that Garrett's going to be happy with. I mean, he had 1-2 leverage, an opportunity to throw the ball out of the strike zone. And that is a guy who'll chase that ball below the zone. They set the outside target, and that's just a hanger. Right there on a tee, middle end. And to Iannetta's credit, right back up the middle, making the 2-strike adjustment.
So now if you're Bruce Bochy, I mean, you're still technically in this game, in this ballpark, but now, Mike, you almost have to manage as this is driven to left. Hit well. Gone. My point is you have to manage the bullpen thinking about tomorrow. So a pinch hit, 2-run home run. And the hitter will be Blackman. It's 10-3.
See with this swing of the bat why the Rockies are so high on David Dahl. I mean, that's movement going away, but it was up. And he backspins the ball out the opposite gap. And that's where you get carry. Backspin.
Here's Blackman. And the pitch is wide, 1-0.
point you make about the bullpen is so true.
I mean, now normally if this were relatively close, somebody would be up in the bullpen.
Yeah.
It's in. Aaron's got to wear it, but you do have to worry about tomorrow.
Bullpen being asked to eat up at least 7 innings tonight, as Jeff Samardzija had to leave the game after the first inning with some shoulder tightness.
The Giants will have a day off on Thursday to try to get things straightened out in that regard. There's no way maybe Mac Williamson can get over there. He does, and he makes the catch, and that'll end the inning. Damage done. It's 10-3 Colorado.
Derrick Rodriguez taking on the right-hander John Gray. Take a look at what these gentlemen have done on the year. That will be the finale of this 3-game stand here in Denver and the 8-game road trip. Giants will have an off day Monday or Thursday and then open up a homestand on Friday.
Giants needed a win on the last road trip on getaway day, kind of to moderately save the trip, and you know who the starter was in that one?
Derrick
Rodriguez. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your trusted oil change tune-up and brake experts. It's Shaw.
Take a look at what he has done. A workhorse. 30th time he's taken the ball. 27 strikeouts. I miss that guy, by the way.
I do too.
And you're going to see a lot of high velocity cut here with Shaw. He's got a cutter and a slider. Go get him. Occasionally he'll throw a straight fastball just to stay in shape.
By the way, the inducted into the Bay Area Horse Hall of Fame in the Bay Area Sports Hall of Fame. Matt Cain.
Matt Cain, the last homestand, they had the ceremony.
They did.
Honoring all of this year's inductees into the Bay Area Sports Horse Hall of Fame. So congratulations, Matt Cain. Very well deserved.
What an awesome slip, huh?
It was. Yeah, it was a good one.
2 balls and 1 strike. High drive to left. Longoria has got another one. It is out of here. And that's his second of the game.
And 10th on the year.
I think he likes it here.
Yeah, I think you're right. Well, last year for the Giants, a combined players that played third base had 8 home runs this year. Longoria, and we're still in May. He's got 10.
Here's Belt, who takes a strike.
And let's take a look at the location. You know, Brian Shaw didn't give up a lot of home runs. They set the target away, and he just hangs this thing middle in. And just a nice look at the swing that Longoria has on that inside corner. I mean, he got inside that ball. That's not easy with that movement.
Hanging at 93. Two balls and a strike.
Let's see, elbows bend, knob lead, and just, I mean, that's the flick of the bat head right there that gets you excited. I mean, that's such a beautiful swing. He and Posey, a lot of similarities in their approach to the ball.
Belt out of play. What that is, a slew.
Got a little cut, a little split in his hand, put a little glue on there.
Yeah.
Not a problem.
Forget about Band-Aids. That's glue.
Super glue, crazy glue, gorilla glue. They all work. You know, when we were playing, a lot of the trainers that we had, especially in the minor leagues, they didn't have degrees. A lot of them didn't have 12th or 8th grade educations.
In the minor leagues?
Yeah.
Oh. Belt out swinging.
Take a look at the home run, and what are the numbers on it? 105 miles per hour, 431 feet. That one felt good.
Here's Mac Williamson. Ty Block, by the way, is in the bullpen.
With those old trainers, I mean, they had a lot of common sense knowledge. You take a look at what trainers now bring, the equipment that they bring, pretty remarkable. And they have degrees lined up, all of them.
Look, I've probably told this story 1,000 times, but it's on this subject as Williamson takes low. Our bus driver in Reno, his name is Hank Johnson, and he was also a trainer.
Yeah.
So he would change a tire at 2, and then he would wrap your ankles at 4.
Did he wash his hands?
And might have a cocktail somewhere in between. Well, Williamson's going to get another bat.
Dave Greshner's kind of the blend of the old and the new. I mean, he's got degrees lined up that would fill up a resume, but he's also got that feel for the game like the old time trainers had.
And he can change a tire.
And he can change a tire. And he will have a cocktail on occasion.
1-2 to Mac Williamson. In tight.
Always when the day is done.
I'm right now, I would not let a trainer touch me if he didn't have a cocktail once in a while. Popped out of play. It stays at 2-2.
I don't know many that won't. The unsung heroes. They work a lot of hours.
Yes, they do. 2-2 pitch. 3-2.
I really don't know what their off season is either. Because when the season ends, there's a bunch of guys rehabbing, having off season surgeries. Well, that's the responsibility of the trainer.
Tapped. Got Iannetta with the flip. Williamson had a couple of doubles in this game, so here's Crawford.
I think he got his confidence back in this game.
Yeah, I do too. Relax, have fun.
It's a game.
Crawford has hit the ball hard twice. He's 0 for 3.
just got a note from Matt Chisholm, Giants PR director, and he said that for Evan Longoria, it's the 18th time in his career he's had a multi-home run game. First time he's done it since 2016.
Tight to Crawford, gets 3-1. I think Crawford has watched his teammates hit home runs, and I think on this 3-1 pitch, that's what he's going to try to do. Foul. Maybe trying to do it to the opposite field. Hey, the kid from Denver is warming up. Make his debut here a couple of years back.
He did. And by him taking this inning, it's just Bruce Bochy's way of protecting that bullpen.
Shaw strikes out 2 after Longoria hits the home run. His 10th of the year, 2nd of the game. It's bye-bye baby. Bottom of the 8th coming up. As these teams will wrap up this 3-game series, and you can see it right here on NBC Sports Bay Area. Pre-game live will start at 4:30, and we'll have the game for you at 5:30 here at Coors Field. Getaway day. Giants come home. We'll be celebrating. Day off on Thursday.
We'll be celebrating.
And the Phillies on Friday. Here's Block to face Gerardo Parra.
First time out of the bullpen this year for Ty Block. Certainly not something he's unfamiliar with. He pointed out his debut. Came out of the bullpen here in this ballpark. Grew up in the shadow of Coors Field. Just a little south of town.
We had a Giants Vacations function on Saturday in Chicago. There was about, I don't know, 125 folks part of that group. And Ty Block was one of the ball players along with Tomlinson and Matt Burgess. And he told the audience a great story about that debut he made here. Was it 2 years ago?
Yep.
And he pitched great. There's a foul off of Buster Posey. He said it was our broadcast where he said he threw a pitch and his mom thought it was a swing and a miss, and you can hear her scream a scream of joy, but it was a foul ball down the right field line. And they said they've given her grief about it ever since. Ah! And only moms can do that.
Yeah, moms can get away with that. That's in the fine print. Just have to read the contract every once in a while.
Outside and low, 3-2. The tie block his start in Chicago was just a disaster. Usually his deal is he's got great control, and he just didn't have any control. And it's so unusual to see him struggle.
If you're tie block, you're happy to get this inning.
And he got him.
Well, it's a 2018 All-Star Teacher brought to you by Provident Credit Union, the 12th season of the program. It says that NBC Sports Bay Area recognizes that teachers make a difference. The winner receives $20,000 for his or her school. You need to vote because that is what is going to decide the winner. Go to NBCSportsBayArea.com/vote and vote.
Arenado, 1 for 4.
Well, that's the one bad thing about being a starter is if you have a bad outing like Block had, you got to wait 5 days.
Oh, I agree with you. He has to be thrilled about this.
Bullpenner, you have a bad outing, you could be out there the next day. You have a good outing, all of a sudden that bad outing is gone. Kind of. So yeah, I believe Block likes this opportunity, especially in front of the hometown crowd.
Arenado's going to drive this one into the gap. And he'll have a 1-out double.
Second double of the night for Arenado. There you go. That's what moms are all about right there. Hey, Dad, knock it off. It ain't that funny. They'll be talking about that all the way home.
You bet they will. Giants are back here. And you probably do this for the 4th of July. Little flare. And it's going to fall. So, a double in the Coors Field hit. And it's 11-4. And the hitter will be Story.
Longoria going out there, give a little pep talk to Ty Block. He recognizes what's going on out there between the ears of Ty Block. Well, this year it's easy to remember when the Giants are playing the Rockies here in Colorado because it's always on the holidays.
So he's on the what?
The holidays. Come back 4th of July and then Labor Day in September.
So they hit 3 of them.
Get all 3.
Christmas. Maybe we had to just show up Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Down low.
You know what blows my mind? I mean, during the course of a season, 6 months, you walk into a big league ballpark and there's life and it's just warm, there's music and it's fun and it's festive. But you come to the ballpark in January when you have to do a function or something, you walk in the ballpark and it's cold.
Up the middle. Tomlinson will shovel to Crawford. And they're going to say everybody was safe. I wonder about that one.
Well, we're going to have a look. We were partially obstructed by James Hoy, the second base umpire, so we didn't get a great look at it. Giants had him play. I mean, that ball was a bullet. Gives you an idea of the speed of this infield.
Oh, Crawford jumped right over top of it. It's not going to be a hit for Story. It'll be in error. on Tomlinson, and that's his 3rd of the game. And this is yes. If you're thinking about it, this is yes. You do not want any ball hit in your direction.
So it's like Mother Baseball, pick on somebody else.
Yeah. Get on the ground to Crawford. That's 1. Not in time.
Desmond just too much speed to get that back in.
Good effort to try to turn it. So here's McMahon. By the way, look, hey, Tomlinson got half the play right. He really made a nice play to glove it. And a strike to McMahon. A Coors Field night. 15 hits for the Rockies. Giants have had one defensively, 1-2-3 inning. And that was in the 6th.
What did we say the over-under was going to be combined hits between both teams? We said it was 20.
Yeah.
26. If you bet the over, you win.
Tapper to block, and he can't get it. And Tomlinson will, and that'll end the inning. I think McMahon stopped running.
Still,
I think he had a base hit if he'd have hit it hard from the get-go. Here we are, the 9th, the 11-4, Colorado. They're going to bring you the best hour of sports talk in the Bay Area. The happy hour right after Giants postgame live right here on NBC Sports Bay Area. The 11-4 Rockies. And the new pitcher, he's a big guy. He's got the right name, Brooks Pounders.
What's his nickname?
Quarter.
Quarter Pounders. On the hill. Any time that he has come in, and he's done a nice job. 9 1/3. He struck out 12 against 1 walk. And so you say, well, what's he got? Well, when you take your at-bats against Brooks Pounders, you're going to see a fastball that's got 2 types of movement, low 90s, slider, changeup. Go get him.
Here's Blanco. And Blanco takes outside. So Blanco's hitting for Tomlinson. And all this is a maintenance at bat. This is get your bench guys some swings.
You know, it's a lot easier for a National League manager to do that than an American League manager.
Absolutely.
Simply because of the double switch. Pitchers have to hit. But it's definitely an at-bat that Greg Blanco appreciates.
Lifts it to left, and Parr is there to make the catch.
For Derrick Rodriguez tonight, it was his debut, and he was fantastic. He had 4 strikeouts on the night, showed a good fastball, showed good location, and he showed that he believes that he can pitch here.
Yes, he does.
Got his first big league knock, first big league RBI, and he had to leave the ball game when there was a line drive at 108 miles per hour. They got hit off his shin.
And I think he can pitch here.
Oh, no doubt. No doubt he can pitch.
I don't think he's going to go anywhere anytime soon.
And hopefully it's not on a DL. We have not heard word as to the extent of his injury. We do know it was a shin burger.
Sandoval with a base hit. So Sandoval in this series as a pinch hitter is 2 for 2. Also, Mike, he got a base hit.
Well, that gives a 2-strike count. I mean, at the time the Giants were down, they hadn't had a run scored, and this put them on the board. So an impressive first big league at bat. He's got a batting average just like his dad.
Well, you want to get specific? He's got a higher batting average than his dad. And he's got something his dad doesn't have. He's got an ERA.
Pablo Sandoval, number 15 on the all-time San Francisco Giant hit list with 1,002.
And a double play ball. And that is the ball game. So game 2 in the series, it goes to the Rockies, but the Giants found out a few things in this loss, and hopefully Derrick Rodriguez is going to be okay. And we certainly don't know what the story is on Jeff Samardzija, but we'll wait and find those things out.
Well, the good news is the heart of the lineup with some home runs tonight. 2 from Evan Longoria. Buster Posey got off the home run tonight, hit a long home run to left field, the 6th. So regroup and go get him tomorrow.
Getaway day tomorrow. Final score: Rockies 11, Giants 4. Thanks for joining us. Stay tuned for Giants postgame live. It's presented by Toyota, and it's going to start right now.